Oh, everybody's fading quick. Justin Easter. Well, he's injured anyway. I think I just saw him injured. Recovery unclear. I hate that. Paul Murray. Decline. Chua Ka Lee. 2 out of 3. Decline. Dorian LaChance. That's promising. Whole overall rating up to 1.5 stars. Charlie Terwilliger. Danny Souza. That's what I need. I need some of these starting pitchers to start to develop. Overall up to 1 star. Don't progress too quickly now. Jesus. Wouldn't want to call you up to the big leagues or anything. Mark Purchase has seen some development. Fastball, highly adaptable. I like that. He could be a promising starter down the road. Elite fastball. Yeah, it's promising. Okay, well. So goes the story of the hapless Toronto Nomads. Made the playoffs last year. Don't think we're making it this year. All right, so here's your standings after last night. It's Friday, May 9th. We're going to close out week, I believe this is week 5. It sounds about right. And so we're streaming on a Monday instead of Tuesday because I'll be off for 3 days camping with my son. He turns 14 on Wednesday, taking him on his first camping trip. And it should be fun. We were going to take bikes, but I didn't get a bike rack for the car, so it might just hang at the beach, that kind of thing. I had a million things I got to do before I leave tomorrow, including pick up some camping food, do some roasted hot dogs, some marshmallows, that kind of stuff. Okay, so a tight race in the Lake League East. Despite my Nomads being 13-7, we were somehow 2 games behind. The Dragons and Metros, who are tied for first. Basically, the Lake League East sucks. That's where we're at. That may change. Chicago's been overwhelming the entire league. They are 22-8. They're the only team left that has only single-digit losses. I do like to look at the expanded standings to see the run differential and see who's potentially going to be moving around. And the Brawlers are on a 4-game winning streak, a plus 34 run differential, and they're only 1 game behind the 2 first place teams, 2 games below 500. I don't think they're going to be below 500 much longer. Once their schedule shakes out, they'll be doing fine, especially once they start playing the weaker teams like the Hops, the Oxen, and me. The Brawlers, and I feel like the Dragons are going to be the number 2 team, and the Metros will be in the basement with me. But I could be wrong. Things could change. The Pitbulls dominant unless they get racked with injuries, and they've only got 1 that I'm aware of. Guillermo Lemus was injured, I think just recently. Unless they get racked with injuries, they should be well over 600, 700, whatever. Well up there, their run differential plus 68. They're banging home runs like nobody's business, as usual. Don't bother pitching lefties against them. They're 7-1 against left-handed pitching. The Ravens probably stays the number 2 team, although the Hops look like they could make a run to bounce them out this year. They're plus 15 on a run differential. They've got some really good talent. They picked up Chitoji Yamada, I think. Yeah, that was the big free agent signing. They've already got some decent players. Ben Price. Alex Jeter, 6 home runs. His hitting hasn't really come along, but there he is. And I thought they signed a big name starter, but they've got guys with 3 wins already. So I don't think I have anyone with more than 1. If you look at my rotation, okay, sorry, Dorian and Harris have 2 wins now. Whoa, big whoop. Anakin's here. Devils is here. I don't know where my ball cap is, but anyway, we're going to do some baseball. Monday Night Baseball, a little bit unusual for us. And wrap things up. Stats Plus is running. I did a Lake League matchup last night. I'll do a Metro League matchup tonight. And then I'll catch up on the wiki. Honestly, I've not had a chance to catch up on the wiki. First, let's get the... let's export. I didn't export yet. Actually, I may have. But anyway, I'm going to export again. Switch to the commish. One moment. All right. Yes, the imports are next. I got to catch up on EMLB. I don't think I've made my roster for Winter Ball. The default, the AI would have made the roster, but I do have to fix that. All right, check team exports. Let's plug them in. Short turnaround, back-to-back-to-back nights. We don't usually do this. So I don't expect everyone will have had a chance to export or will have exported. In fact, looks like nobody's exported. Oh, Kansas City's in. Miami Storm's in. Everyone's used to have until Tuesday. Montreal, Nevada, New York, Seattle. All right, and nothing from Pulse Border. Okay. Turn Twitch on my phone so I can see the chat. All right. So like I said, end of week 5. We're into May. There's not a whole lot going on. May baseball's kind of like, things are still shaking out. Teams are still shaking themselves out, shaking off the dust. But Nevada and Washington and Chicago are looking like early. Well, Chicago's always there. Nevada and Washington looking like early leaders. Kansas City as well. California, we got to give them props too. They're 17 and 13. So 4 teams in the Metro League that really look like they're going to be vying for the playoffs at the end. It may be those 4 teams at the end, but both expansion teams disrupting things there. So that's good. We like disruption. We like change and stuff like that. Just one sec. I'm gonna put read all. I think when I do a trade, it flips to acting as that team, and then if I forget to turn it off again, it gives me all their messages. So who should we do? Salts Oilers, Storm Freedom, Titles Blizzard, Fire Ants Denver, Inferno Nevada. I think we did, at least in the preseason, we did an expansion matchup, Atlanta Denver. How about California KC? Mei Shansu taking on Takehita Higuchi. Both pitchers 3-0 records. One of these pitchers, theoretically, both of them could end up with no decision, but one of these will probably end up with a loss. It'll be a bit of a pitching battle, but away we go. California Titles at the Kansas City Blizzard. Blizzard are 8-4 at home. Titles 8-7 on the road. This is a great matchup, yeah. 2 great pitchers. And good teams. Blizzard, of course, the former Arizona Cowboys of yore, a 2012 expansion team. So they've been in league 13. This is their 13th season, 14th season, if you count the current season. I think that's the way that works. They've seen a lot of changes. They've made the playoffs a couple times. Haven't made it, I don't think, past the first round. Certainly not past the second. But hopefully that rebranding to the KC Blizzard will give them a shot in the arm they need. They've got Tex Rudman, who was a great first-round draft pick back a few years ago. Rookie of the year in that season. 2-time Rookie of the Month, Player of the Week. This year so far, he's having a good year. Native of Arizona State Sun Devils, so he played for the Arizona Cowboys after getting drafted out of Arizona State. And then the team moved to KC. Won the World Cup of Baseball for the U.S. 2023. Yeah, I mean, minimal injuries. He's a super good player. 23 home runs last year, a .275 average, 856 OPS, and 26 stolen bases. A true 2020 player. And he may be well on his way to that this year. He's lagging behind, I think, in the home runs, but I think he could pick up there. Velasquez doesn't hit well against Sioux, but hitting .297 on the season, so who knows, he could pick things up. But Sioux seems to have his number. Schmidt, let's see, who's the big home run guys, David Michel. Anyway, and on the title side of things, they've got Bresenio, Francisco, Arizona. Vasquez Gutierrez has got 8 home runs, .327 average. Anderson, Sims, Harrington, Sears, Posado. Mei-Shen Su is 3-0. He's 0-0 against KC. These teams have faced off against each other, but he did not get a decision. Check the game log. How was his? It was 8 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs. 2 of them earned a walk, but he struck out 11. Who was he facing in that one? I just want to call up while we're in game mode. But he did get player of the game for that. Takehita Higuchi, was he pitching that game too? Back on, no. Let's see. How's he done against California? Pitched against them on the 12th. 4 to third innings, 3 earned runs, including allowing a home run. No walks, which is positive. Struck out 5 in 4 to third innings. So not bad, but it was a no decision. 42,165 fans in attendance, and clear skies in KC. 70 degrees, wind blowing out to right at 10 miles an hour. And we're going to get this game underway. Fairly evenly matched teams, I'd say, with some pretty decent pitching. Oh, yeah. I love throwing that stuff in there. I mean, you could go to the wiki and learn this stuff, too. And believe me, I might be the commish, but by no means am I a walking encyclopedia for everything here. But having broadcast enough of these games, you start to see the same names, things like that. It's like watching real baseball. You watch real baseball enough, you start to get to know the players and know the personalities and know the history. California, for what it's worth, has been the California titles in LA since 1989 in real life. When the league started on Earl Weaver Baseball, it is one of the few teams, Montreal Metros, Ohio Oxen, Boston Brawlers, Chicago, I think we can't count because they were the Knights originally, but there's a handful of teams that have yet to have been moved ever. So there you go. Or renamed or anything. So Carlos Bresenio, center fielder for the titles. At the top of the batting order, will lead off against Takehita Higuchi. California is second in the Metro West. KC second in the Metro East. Higuchi's got a whip of .94. How about that? Bresenio grounds it back to Higuchi. The throw to first, not in time. An infield single to the pitching mound for Bresenio. His blazing speed gets him to first in time for a base hit. Francisco, Arizona. Seems like he's on the wrong team. KC's not Arizona anymore, but it was funny when he would play against Arizona. Here he is with a runner at first. No out. There goes the runner, and Bresenio in like Flynn. He's stolen a base, 16th of the season. I don't believe he's the leader in stolen bases, but he's got to be high up there. Francisco, Arizona. Mind you, it's May. 16 stolen bases by May is pretty good. 1-0 count. Now a 1-2 count to Arizona. Big strikeout. Hey, that's right. I got the custom audio here for KC. Nice. The park seems annoyed. It does. You know what? It's the default park still, but it's I've got the custom. I don't know why it's a default park. I thought I loaded. Probably loading the ballpark didn't work, but the sounds did. That was a custom sound that the GM sent me. One away, Brazeno at second. Raul Vasquez at the plate. Full count, 1 out. Fly ball to right. With the catch and a throw in for out number 2. And Carlos Gutierrez is at the plate. Gutierrez batting .327 this year. I believe that's the team lead. 8 home runs. 0-1 pitch. He sends this one to straightaway center. Charging in is the center fielder Rudman. Makes the grab, and the inning's over. California strands one. Going to the bottom of the first. KC's up now. Phil LeBay will lead off for the Blizzard. Mei Shen Xiu takes to the mound for Cali. Take a quick look at him. He's had a number of years with California. Developed in the system after being drafted from Seoul. The native of China. Played in the Pacific Rim College League for the Seoul University Sushi. Won the Pitcher of the Year award 2017. Pitched a number of shutouts. Won the Pacific Rim College League World Series 2019. Won Pitcher of the Year again. So he was a top pitching prospect drafted round 3 by California with what seems like a song of a signing bonus, just $320,000. And quickly rose to number 2 prospect in the league, and then number 1 in 2022. He's now establishing himself as a dominant pitcher. Went 14-9 last year, 348 earned run average. He's made the All-Star game, but he's yet to place in the Sandy Koufax Award. Oh, my mistake. He was second in the voting last season, but has not won. Phil LeBay. Draws a walk out of Sioux to start things off here for KC. And now Tex Rudman is up to the plate. 1-2 pitch. Line drive to left. Diving for it was the left fielder, Carl Sims Jr. Makes the catch, sliding on the grass, and robs Rudman of an extra base hit in the left field alley. I don't know how Sims knew to be there. I think the outfield was shifted right for the left-handed Tex. Jorge Velasquez next up. 447 average in the early innings. Full count to him. Blasts a deep drive to center, but it's going to drop just short of the track. Velasquez flies out to Brazeno. 2 outs. LeBay still stranded at first base. Here's Carlos Chavez. I didn't put a bet on tonight. I didn't think we'd have that many viewers. A misplay, a throw from the shortstop to the first baseman will result in an error as Gutierrez couldn't find the ball. Harrington threw it over his head. Chavez makes it to second, LeBay to third, and now the Blizzard have 2 runners in scoring position with Kevin Schmidt up, 2 outs on the board. Could be a costly error for California. Full count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on a 91-mile-an-hour cutter. Oh, nice. I like that trade block feature. That seems like one of the features that you just kind of have to have on those stat utilities so that you can check offline. You don't have to log into the game. Top of the second, still scoreless. We're going to check the out-of-town scoreboard, though. Toronto leading Grand Rapids 2-0 going into the 5th. Trey Sarazin just grounded into a double play in the 4th. Mike Ryba has his 10th home run of the year. He hit his 9th against Chicago at the beginning of the last series, the series that Toronto just wrapped up there, which, was it Chicago? Their last series, anyway, showed, resulted, I think it was against Ohio. They won 1 and lost 2. Crap, I don't even remember who we played. Montreal's leading Ohio, though, 3-1, bottom of the 5th. Miami leading Washington 9-2. A big smackdown coming for Paul Sporer there. Hasn't exported. I have no idea if he's got injured players either, or what's been going on, but he hasn't dropped in since his first sim that he joined the league. But Miami, John Hart with a 2-run home run. Ramos, Tosnia, and Martin also going yard. That's a big game for the Storm. New York leading Minneapolis 2-0. It's the top of the 5th there. Ryan Rich on the mound for the Dragons. Pitching very effectively so far. And Boston leading Chicago 10-1 against Chicago 10-1. Delivering Brandon Cassidy his first loss decision this season. Cardenas, Demarais, and Akbar going yard. See, what was I saying at the beginning of the stream? That was, I think Boston's going to break out. They were on a 3 or 4 game winning streak before that series, and that's a huge win on Chicago. They're the only other Lake League team literally the only other Lake League team besides Chicago, I think. Oh, and maybe the Ravens with a plus run differential. Chicago's is like plus 68. Boston was like plus 20 something, plus 30 something. Anyway, Seattle beat Houston earlier tonight, 9-7. Dusty Hertz with a rare second win. Dusty used to play for Seattle, plays for New York, California. He played for Houston, I think. St. Pete's. When it was in St. Pete's, he played for them for a bit. And he was a decent pitcher at the time, but he struggled under California and New York. He didn't really blossom either. And he's so far having a little bit of a rough go with Seattle. But he picks up a win there against his former team, Houston, which was formerly St. Pete's. Ciro Demarais went 3 for 4 for the Brawlers tonight with a pair of doubles and a home run. He had a huge game. And then it's all Miami on that top performers board. Ramos, Hart, Tosnia, Martin with home runs and multiple RBIs. Back to the game action here in Blizzard Stadium. Dave Anderson up for the titles. The DH batting 5th. He'll be followed by Carl Sims Jr. and Ryan Harrington. Higuchi made it through the first inning, just allowing 1 hit but striking out 1, throwing 15 pitches. There's a 1-0 count to Anderson. A skip and a ground ball to third base. A throw to first, and he's out. Carl Sims Jr. was drafted out of UCLA. He's the son of Carl Sims, a longtime legendary Bull League player from the original 1989 years. Can't remember when he retired, but he did make the Hall of Fame. He is the home run leader on the career all-time list for home runs. 441, I think, was the number in the league. May not be up there forever. Looks like we got John Rambo charging in there, but he is the current home run all-time leader and Hall of Famer. Schmidt grabs Sims' fly ball, and Carl Sims Jr. has not been taking after his dad. His career stats are not mirroring his pops, although he did have a couple of seasons that were pretty decent recently. 37 home runs in 2023, 26 the following year. He may break the 20 mark this year, and the 20 stolen bases, so another true 2020 guy. But his batting average well below where his dad was. No, I didn't throw the bets on tonight, Dustin, sorry. I mean, it's still time. I guess I could throw it on. It's still nothing game. Here, let me throw this on then. I didn't think we'd have enough viewers, but what are we up to? Well, we're still at 3. Oh, no, 5. We're at 5. All right, let's throw the bets on, since you're asking. I was drinking Space Invader IPA tonight. 6% beer, and they literally have the Space Invader logo on there. brewed by the Amsterdam Brewing Company in Toronto. Okay, betting is on for the next half hour. Ryan Harrington up for a first look at Takahita Higuchi. He's been struggling this year, just hitting 181, 15 hits and 83 at-bats. 2-1 count. Swats it on the ground back to Higuchi. The throw to first, not in time. Harrington belts an infield hit. And it's looking like the start of the first inning. Bresenio did the same thing back in the first. Brian Sears, the catcher, will step up to the plate. The right-hander digging in. Harrington with some speed. We may see a steal here. How many's he got on the year? So far, only 6 on the year. And there he goes. The pitch, though, on the outside to try to pitch out and get get the steal. Excuse me, nail the stolen base guy. Anyway, misses the catcher by a mile. Santana chasing the wild pitch. Harrington gets the base anyway on the wild pitch. Just out of curiosity, does that count as a stolen base? No, it does not. Sears, now with a 1-0 count, has a runner at second anyway. Drops one to the shortstop. A throw across the diamond gets the out, and the side is retired. So Harrington stranded at second. And we're going to change sides again. KC's up. David Michel's the batter. Sporting a .313 average. 99 at-bats, 31 hits, 3 home runs, 12 runs batted in. Here's the 0-2 count. Swings at a Sioux offering and goes down. I should actually, on the some of these strikeouts, I should stay quiet because there is audio for this stadium. Strikeout audio. Splitter sends him packing. 1 out, and here's Jorge Santana. Full count. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to short. Easily played over to first. And that's 2 out. Edwin Lozano, the third baseman, up. 8th in the batting order. He's hitting .289 this year. He was acquired as an international free agent back in 2017. So sort of failed to blossom. 2-0 count. But he skips this one down the third baseline. It bounces off the stands and into left field. Carl Sims Jr. plays it off the bounce and throws to second, but Lozano's in safe with a double. Here's Elijah Smith. 2 outs and a runner at second. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball towards the third base side. Charging in was Posada, but he won't chance a throw. An infield hit for Smitty. And Lozano moves to third. Back to the top of the order for the Blizzards. It's Phil LeBay. 2-0 count. Ground ball to third. This time there's a play at first. And Posada throws a strike to the first baseman for out number 3. So we're through 2 and still scoreless. Betting's open. You can throw your points on either team. Home team is KC, of course, the bottom of the scoreboard, and the away team is Cali at the top. Jeremy Posada, the third baseman, will step up to the plate and face Takahita Higuchi for the first time tonight. Title is number 9 in the batting order. He'll be followed by Bresenio in Arizona as we reset to the top. Here's the full count to Posada. Check swing. Did he go around? He did. Strike 3. And Posada sits down. Higuchi struck out 40 so far this year. 2 tonight. Here's Bresenio again. Big fly ball to dead center. And Rudman has it on the move. Makes the catch and 2 away. Francisco Arizona is next. 2-2 pitch. A line drive to center, and diving for it was Rudman, who makes the catch. What a play. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for California. KC's up next. And there's Tex Rudman taken to the plate after making that amazing diving catch in center field. Brzeniu, a similarly crafted center fielder with a bullet of an arm. These teams have a lot of similarities right now. 2-2 pitch. Strike three on a curveball. And Rudman goes down. Mei-Shan Su struck out 3 now. He's at 47 on the season. Jorge Velasquez up. 3-1 pitch. Flies to right field. That should be an easy play, and it is. Vasquez makes the catch on Velasquez. Carlos Chavez next. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swats a fly ball to left field, and that is caught. Carl Sims Jr. hauls it in for the 3rd out, and the 3rd inning is done. We're going to the top of the 4th after both teams go down in order. And it's time to check the old out-of-town scoreboard. Toronto still leading Grand Rapids at home in Toronto. 2-0. It's a 6-hitter so far. Mike Ryba just walked to put 2 runners on base with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Montreal is in Ohio. They are leading 3-1 in the top of the 7th. And Miami now with a 10-2 lead over Washington in the top of the 6th. Martin has added a 2nd home run there for Miami. That gives the Storm 5 in total. Jeremy Martin now is the top performer of the day so far. 2 for 2 at the plate. Both of his hits were home runs, 4 RBIs. Atlanta leading Denver 1-0 in the top of the 1st. That game just got underway in Denver Fields. It's tied up at 2 apiece in New York, where the Dragons are hosting Minneapolis Ravens. Brian Dugan with his 5th of the year as well. And Calgary, Nevada, that game gets underway slightly earlier. If you missed the finals from earlier, Boston beat Chicago 10-1 in the series opener, and the Seattle Salts down to the Houston Oilers 9-7. Yeah. Raul Vasquez will lead off the title's 4th inning. Number 3 in the order for California. He'll be followed by Carlos Gutierrez and Dave Anderson. Vasquez 0 for 1 tonight. Hits a hard one on the ground right to the shortstop. Smitty with the throw to first, and that's an easy out. Carlos Gutierrez next. 0-1 count. This one swatted over to second base and an easy 4-3 put out. This is a stellar infield that the Blizzards have crafted here. Lozano, Smith, Michelle, and Velasquez all outstanding fielders, but none with a fielding award yet. They've come close. 2-2 pitch to Anderson, who singles, maybe even double to left field in the corner. Yeah, sliding double. Schmidt chases it down, throws to second, but the tag is late. And Dave Anderson has a 2-out double. Carl Sims Jr. up next. He's just hitting .234 this year. As mentioned, he's got the power, but he's not been able to find the hits often enough. And he's out on a changeup. And that'll end the inning. Bottom of the 4th. Oh, the dog's sneezing. What did you eat? Are you trying to eat bugs again? Big sneezes from the dog. Mei-Shan Su so far has allowed 2 hits, 1 walk, struck out 3. He's got 60 pitches under his belt as he starts his 4th inning. He'll face Kevin Schmidt, 5th in the order for the Blizzard, followed by Dave Michelle and Jorge Santana. Fly ball to right. And he is out. And that'll bring up David Michelle next. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On the ground at first. Played to the pitcher handling the bag, and Michelle is out. Jorge Santana is out next up with 2 out. 2-2 pitch. Puts it on the ground towards third. Charging in was Posada. Throws to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for KC. And still scoreless after 4 innings. Top of the 5th, California is up again. Ryan Harrington with a base hit tonight to improve his very small average slightly up to 190. We'll see how he fares in his second time around against Higuchi. A hard hit to third base, but it is played easily by Lozano. Makes the throw to Velasquez, and he is out. Brian Sears, the catcher, is back up again. He's faced Higuchi once in his career, and that was his last time around. This is his second at-bat against the KC pitcher, and he lobs one into right, but an unbelievable play by Phil Labbe to make the catch, slamming into the wall, according to the description. And that's 2 out. Jeremy Posada up next. 3-1 pitch. Hammers it down the third base line. It skips under the glove of the third baseman into left field, and that's a 2-base hit for Posada. Stand-up double, his 6th of the season. Carlos Bresenio back up. He's got a base hit tonight. 2 outs on the board. Here's a full count. Pitch, and it's a bouncer to second. Oh, misplayed by David Michelle. No throw, an infield single for Bresenio. They won't count it as an error, although it looked to me like Michelle had a shot at it. Perhaps it was just took a bad hop, and he just couldn't corral it. Bresenio at first, Posada in third. Francisco Arizona is 0 for 2 tonight, but he has a chance now to put a run on the board. All it'll take is a single. 1-2 pitch, runner in motion, and he's in with a stolen base. Bresenio picks up his 17th of the year. I believe that's his second tonight. And that opens up first base and takes away the double play. Not that they need a double play, they just need the 1 out. But it takes out the force at second anyway. And that could be an important steal. Full count. Hit hard to right. It's carrying back. It's gone. Home run, California. 3-run shot. Higuchi lets one hang, and it is 3-0 for the visitors. First one of the season for Arizona. 402 feet into the right field stands. Here you go. Some more custom sounds there. Big play for Francisco Arizona, the left-hander. His first of the season. He had 19 last year. He's not really on pace to break 20, but he could if he keeps it up. Here's Raul Vasquez with 2 out, 3-1 pitch. Fly ball to right, but not quite the same amount of distance as Francisco Arizona had. And that'll end the inning. So California gets 3 big runs here in the top of the 5th on a big bomb by Arizona. And KC's up next. Edwin Lozano to start off the blizzard. Mei-Shan Su has allowed 2 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, as mentioned before. His ERA now under 2, having gone 4 innings without allowing an earned run. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Called strike 3 at the knees, a curveball. And Lozano sits down. Here's Elijah Smith. Smith is 1 for 1 tonight. Here's the pitch from Su. Knocked on the ground towards third. The throw to first is on the money. Yeah, it didn't load. I don't know why. The sounds are here. I don't know if you've been watching. We're getting the audios, but yeah, for whatever reason, the 3D Stadium didn't load. And I was worried that this would happen because I went to, after I loaded the 3D Stadium, went back to check, and it wasn't showing up in the game. So I'll have to figure that one out. Or I'll have to install it a different way, but oh well. But the measurements and everything are correct. So Phil LeBay up to the plate. He's 0 for 1 tonight. No balls, 1 strike. And it's an infield pop-up. Looks like the shortstop. No, third baseman's got it, Posado. And the inning's over. Kansas City goes down in order again. Trailing 3-0 after the 5th. Top of the 6th, we're going to check the out-of-town scores. Toronto now with an 11-0 lead on Grand Rapids. I guess Toronto's tired of being in last place. But I hope we don't spend all of our runs on one game against the Hops. Trey Sarazen with a grand slam in the last play to put 4 more on the board. Makanako Amano up now with 1 out. That gives Sarazen his 4th of the year. And Miami, Washington, it's the Storm 12-4 over Washington, bottom of the 7th. Ohio, Montreal, all tied up at 3 apiece. Mo Tong with his 3rd of the year for the Oxen. And it's the top of the 9th there. Atlanta leading Denver 2-0. It's the bottom of the 2nd in Denver. New York leading Minneapolis 4-3 now in the bottom of the 8th. Brian Dugan grounding out, but he had a home run earlier tonight. And has been an important piece for New York. And Calgary, Nevada, that game gets underway at 10:05. The other 2 finals that we had from earlier, Boston 10-1 over Chicago. Seattle 9-7 over hometown Houston. Back to the action here in KC. Carlos Gutierrez is up. He's 0 for 2 tonight. The title's cleanup hitter. Will be followed by Anderson and Sims, 5th and 6th in the order. In the infield is shifted right for the left-hander. Higuchi, after 5 innings, has allowed 6 hits, 3 earned runs, all of them on 1 swing of the bat, a home run back in the last inning. No walks and just 3 strikeouts. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Gutierrez. And he sends this one to right field. It's gone. Just on the inside of the foul pole, 373 feet. Titles put another one on the scoreboard, 4-0, with a solo shot to lead off the 6th for Cali. Here's Dave Anderson. He's 1 for 2 tonight. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swats it on the ground towards 3rd. The play over to cross the diamond to 1st is an easy out. A 5-3 put out. And now Carl Sims Jr. is up. 0 for 2. Or 0-2. Called strike 3 as Sims doesn't move the bat off his shoulder. And that's 2 away. Here's Ryan Harrington. He's 1 for 2 tonight. 2 balls, no strikes. Puts it on the ground to short. The throw across the diamond 1st, and that's an out. You know what? Your pitcher that started tonight was pretty good. He's still pretty good, actually. Higuchi's a good pitcher. He had three wins, no losses. This will be his first loss decision if the score stands. And his ERA was pretty small, 3-something. So he's only going to bump it up a little bit. Tex Rudman 0 for 2 at the plate. Will lead off the 6th for the Blizzard. 2-1 pitch from Sioux. Rudman puts it on the ground at 1st, but Gutierrez takes it to the bag himself, and that's an unassisted putout. Here's Jorge Velasquez. Velasquez hitless in 2 at-bats. 3-1 pitch. Grounds to short, and that's an out. And the DH, Carlos Chavez, batting out of the cleanup position. has not been hitting well with bases empty. Just 157 with nobody on. Not what you want for. Well, I mean, if your cleanup hitter has guys on base, then I guess it's all right. But anyway, grounds out to Chavez. To Smith, and that's the end of the inning. So 1-2-3 inning for KC. Not what they're hoping for, trailing by 4. And the titles are up again. Brian Sears will start off the titles 7th inning. The catcher batting 8th will be followed by Posado. And then back to the top of the order with Bresenio, unless there's some lineup changes. 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 as he swings and misses on a cutter. And that'll bring up Posado. Grounds back to the mound. The throw to first is not in time. Another infield hit for California. And that's going to do it for the pitcher. It's going to be Jonathan Mycock coming in to pitch, replacing Takahita Higuchi, who is saying sayonara. Mycock with a 1-2 record this season, 15 strikeouts in 13 innings, has allowed 17 hits, 7 earned runs, 6 walks. His ERA stands at 4.85. Here's Carlos Bresenio, who's 2 for 3 tonight. He's had a fantastic game, a couple stolen bases as well. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a 100-miler. A fastball that Bresenio couldn't catch up to. Here's Arizona now. Had that 3-run bomb back of the 5th to put California on the scoreboard. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball to first. Taken to the bag by Velasquez, and that's out number 3. 7th inning stretch time here in Kansas City. The Blizzard trailing by 4. Will step up to the plate again. Kevin Schmidt, the leadoff hitter, is 0 for 2 tonight. Two balls, 2 strikes to Schmidt. And he hits one right up the middle, a base hit to center field to start things off. That has some promise. He was thinking 2, but Bresenio was on it quickly, threw it back in. And Mei Shensu has only allowed his 3rd hit tonight with that single by Schmidt. David Michel now. He is hitless, but hitting .307 on the year. 888 OPS. 0-2 pitch. Knocks one to second. They get the force on the lead runner, but no relay throw. Michel safe at first. 1 out. Jorge Santana. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Down on a 93-mile-an-hour cutter, Santana. And now it'll be Edwin Lozano with 2 outs and a runner at first. One-two pitch. I'm going to get a DMCA for that, am I? All right. A 1-2 pitch, strikeout on a cutter. And that'll end the inning. Top of the 8th, California up again with the 4 runs. KC nothing. Out of town scoreboard time. New York has finished off the game with the Ravens. 5-3 was the final for the Dragons. Ryan Rich picks up his 3rd win of the year. Scheidel his 1st loss. Dave Cabezas his 7th save. Toronto blanking Grand Rapids on a huge 13-0 lopsided win. That included a grand slam from Trey Sayers and a homer from Mike Ryba. Went 2 for 4 at the plate with a double and a bomb. Washington's put together a couple more runs, but they're still trailing 12-6 to Miami at home. Washington's up in the bottom of the 9th. Finally have a home run, Alvarez, with the home run for the Freedom. But 1 out, runner at second, and 6 runs behind it. They look like they're in a hopeless cause there. Atlanta Fire Ants leading the Denver Grizzlies 2-0 in the top of the 5th. Zhong Gang with his 4th of the year for the Atlanta Fire Ants. Montreal with a 4-3 final on Ohio. What's his name? Salty Butt with his first win of the season. Nick Pruitt drops to 2-3. Chris Perez, a closer, picks up his 8th save for the Metros. Boston earlier finished off Chicago 10-1 in a lopsided win. Seattle downed the Houston Oilers 9-7. Nevada's on the scoreboard in the early innings against Calgary. They are leading 1-0. It's the bottom of the 2nd. Nevada's up. That's all the game action we got for you around the league. Salty butt. Now we're back to KC where they are trailing California. The titles are up. Raul Vasquez leading off the 8th 0-2 pitch. Called third strike. Jonathan Mycock fans him. Catches him looking with a fastball. Here's Carlos Gutierrez. 0-2 pitch. Line drive to center. It's caught by a diving Tex Rudman. A second amazing diving catch by Rudd out there in center field. Dave Anderson up to the plate with 2 out. 3-1 pitch. Here's the pitch. A big blast to left. It's carrying. It's gone. Home run. No. Oh my God. That's one of those no doubters doubters. I didn't even see the ball fall into the glove there. 1-2-3 inning for the titles. I thought that was another home run. Sorry, Ben. I guess Twins is happy though. That's 5-0 now. So caught by the left fielder, Schmidt, just short of the wall. But, boy, when it zooms in, it's hard to see what the ball's doing. Bottom of the 8th, KC up again. Elijah Smith is 1 for 2 at the plate with a .325 average this year. He'll face Mei Shansu. He's going a little distance. He's going to start off the 8th inning. 117 pitches into his night. We'll see if he can finish off the game. He'll probably see a closer come in. 2-1 pitch, even just to preserve the arm there. Fly ball to left, and Sims grabs that Smith fly ball for out number 1. Here's Phil Labbe. The right fielder's 0 for 2 tonight. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ground ball to first, taken to the bag for out number 2. And that'll be big Tex Rudman. He's been diving all over the place in the outfield tonight. Has not performed as well at the plate. 2-1 pitch. Sue sends it in. Big fly ball to right. And it's a 1-2-3 inning again for KC. They are not getting any breaks as all their balls are finding gloves in the outfield or ground outs right to the defenders. Carl Sims Jr. will start off the 9th for California. They've got the 4-run lead. Armando Lopez comes in to pitch for KC. Ground ball deep to second, but an easy throw to first is out number 1. Ryan Harrington up next. 1 for 3 at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and he's plunked. That splitter a little too far inside. Harrington clipped by the pitch. And he gets to pick up first base. Here's Brian Sears. 1 out, 1 on. There goes the runner. You put those fast California runners on base, and they steal those bases. Harrington picks up his 7th of the year. I think that's his 2nd tonight, as well as Bresenio. And Brian Sears now has a 1-2 count with the runner in scoring position. Ground ball to short, deep in the pocket. It's on the grass line. Throw to first, and Sears is out. Harrington stays put at 2nd. 2 outs on the board. Jeremy Posado now. No substitutions have come in for California in the late innings. Not even defensive ones. And a line out to Rudman in center field. That'll end the California ninth. The score remains 4-0 for California. KC's got 3 outs left to work with to try and make a game of this. Betting has been closed. Jorge Velasquez is hitless tonight. Just 3 hits have been struck against Mei Shan-Su, who's pitching a phenomenal game, and he's going to try and go for the complete game shutout. 129 pitches, 3 hits allowed, 1 walk, struck out 6. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swats it on the ground to first. Gutierrez grabs it, takes it to the bag himself, 1 out. Carlos Chavez now, the DH. He's 0 for 3 tonight as well. Carlos Chavez, the native of China, Gaomei, China. That's a little unusual. Maybe his parents were Cuban and moved to China. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Drops a base hit into left field to get a rare hit for KC. It's just the 4th of the game for the Blizzard. Mei Shan-Su seems unrattled. He's at 139 pitches. 1 out, 1 on. Schmidt at the plate. He's got one of those other base hits tonight for the Blizzard. He singled in the 7th. 2-0 count. Ground ball to second. This could put it away. No, just the force at second. No relay. Schmidt safe at first on the fielder's choice. David Michelle up next. He's failed to reach base tonight. 1-0 count. The pickoff throw to first, safe. Gutierrez got the glove down a little too late, trying to tag out Schmidt on the throw from the catcher, Brian Sears. They thought they'd catch Schmidt off the plate, but they did not, or off the base rather. 2-1 pitch now to the batter, and a ground ball down the first base line into right field, all the way into the corner. An extra base hit, and now 2 runners are in scoring position. Michelle, the stand-up double down the line. Schmidt at third, 90 feet away from erasing the shutout, and Jorge Santana at the plate. You'd think now the Blizzard would put in a pinch hitter or something to try and rescue a draw to this. The tying run is on deck for KC. But that requires getting to the tying run. And there's 2 outs on the board. Santana needs a walk or a base hit or something to keep this game alive. 0-1 count. And it's a wild pitch. That one's going to have a run coming in, and Sue gives up his own shutout by throwing that one away. It's 4-1 KC on the scoreboard. Michelle moves to third, taking advantage of a heads-up play. Some good base running. 1-1 pitch to Santana. Line shot up the middle. Another run comes in to score. It's 4-2. Santana with an RBI single has just cut the California lead in half, and that's going to be it for Mei Shan-Su. Katsumi Higashi is going to come in to pitch to try to rescue this game. Mei Shan-Su, tip your hat at him, 140-something pitches. He did very, very well to allow only 4 hits up until the 9th inning. And then finally the 2 runs came in for KC. Christian Teslo coming in a pinch hit is the tying run. Jorge Santana at first. 2 outs on the board. A fresh arm on the mound for California. 2-2 pitch for Higashi. Swats a line drive to left. It drops in for a base hit. And oh my God, we've got some drama here in Kansas City where that tying run's at first. Elijah Smith comes back around, and he's already got a hit tonight. A .321 average on the season. Yeah, 140 pitches. Hey, Slap, thanks for dropping in on us. No problem. Glad to give you a raid. We don't usually stream Monday nights here, but I'm going camping tomorrow with my son. It's his 14th birthday this week, so I won't be streaming Tuesday, tomorrow. But some drama. You're coming at a good time. Late inning drama. Kansas City, this was a total pitching battle until the 5th inning. California got a 3-run bomb. KC was unable to catch up. The Cali pitcher is pretty dominant. And finally, they got a fourth run. They were leading 4-0 until the ninth here. And Kansas City, with 2 outs, has now put the tying run at first. Higachi's come in to relieve the starter. The starter was going for a complete game shutout, but that isn't happening now. And now we're going to see what happens on this next at bat. Here's Elijah Smith. Line drive up the middle. It's into center field. We could have bases loaded now. I thought maybe that third run would come home. Santana doesn't have the speed. Brezenio does have the cannon arm. And the drama continues. Bases loaded, 2 out. Here's Phil Labbé. Hitless tonight. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that's the game. A dramatic end to this one, though, as KC leaves the bases drunk. And, wow, that was very nearly a huge upset on Cali, who had a dominant 4-run lead in a tight pitching game. And it took him a lot just to get the 4-run lead. It was done on home runs. Just 2 home runs to get those runs. And, wow, what a game. So, 4 runs for California on 8 hits, 1 error. Kansas City Blizzard fall to 19-12 with 2 runs on 8 hits, no errors. Both teams, I think, still in second place in their divisions. But a very, very close, exciting game. Even after the 3-run shot by the Titles in the 5th, you had the feeling that had the Blizzard been able to knock a couple runs in, it would have been, again, back to a pitching battle, which essentially it was the entire match. Higuchi drops his first game of the year after pitching 6 1/3 innings, allowing 8 hits, 4 earned runs, striking out 5, but he didn't walk anybody. And all those runs came on those, as I said, 2 home runs. Mei Shan-su wins his 4th of the year. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be nice to do some OOTP Go stuff. Mei Shan-su is 4th of the year, 8 2/3 innings. He couldn't quite close it out after 149 pitches. Wow, 149 pitches. I can just imagine your arm falling off. 92 of them for strikes even. He struck out 6, allowed 1 walk, and just 2 earned runs on 6 hits. Higachi with his 2nd save of the year by the skin of his teeth. I think we had a couple of wild pitches, one by Higuchi, one by Sue. We had stolen bases by Harrington and 2 by Brezenio. And Harrington also with the error for California. Mei Shan-su was player of the game. He had a great game score. Phenomenal start tonight. All right, we'll check the other scorers. Pay me. Oh yeah, let's throw in the bet there. It was the away team that won. So let's go back to the Streamlabs website and get that paid out. Come on, Streamlabs, let's go. Dragging your ass. Okay, it doesn't seem to want to do anything right now. The website's kind of glitched. Okay, well, I'll pay it out before the end of the sim tonight. How's that? All right. So, yeah, Brawlers down the Pitbulls 10-1. It was 5-3 Dragons over the Minneapolis Ravens. 13-0 Nomads over the Hops. And Oxen dropped one of the Metros 4-3. In the Metro League, Salts down the Oilers 9-7. It was the Storm doubling up the Washington Freedom 12-6. Pair of home runs for Hart, pair for Martin, Tosny, and Ramos also adding some long balls. Alvarez for Washington, his 1st of the year. California Titles, we just saw defeat Kansas City 4-2. Atlanta Fire Ants hung on to beat the Grizzlies 5-1. And it was Nevada Speeders 8, Calgary Inferno 6. But again, the Inferno making a run in the late innings. 4 runs in the top of the 9th, but wasn't enough to make up the deficit. All right, we'll sim through games 2 and 3. Yeah, Streamlabs is glitching out here. The page won't load. See if it'll load now. Close the page, open it again. In the meantime, let's real-time sim game 2. Saturday, May 10th games. This is the end of week 5. Sunday will be our last game simmed, and then we'll advance the date to Monday. And you'll see the sim results come up in a moment. All right, there we go. Streamlabs is up, and let's pick a winner. Oh, you know what? I can't. Both bets were on the away team, so you're just getting your bets back. Oh wait, maybe it'll work. Yeah, winner picked. I think you're just getting your bets back. Or maybe it split the 17. I don't know. Oh, there's a Java update error. I don't know what that's all about. All right. Let's see. 3-1 Nomads over the Hops. That's 2 in a row for my Nomads. I don't think we've won 2 in a row in a while. Maybe not even this season. The Ravens blank the Dragons, evening up that series. Chris Zirkle falls to 2-4 in the year. And it looks like Davis picks up his first win. Jonathan Davis of the Ravens. Both teams at 16 wins, 16 losses. But whoa, what a lopsided game. Not only was it a 4-0 win, but 16 hits for the Ravens. Just 6 for New York. The Metros beat the Oxen 17-9. Just dismantling the Ohio Oxen. 4 home runs for Montreal. Les Groves was in action, got his 6th of the year. And player of the game, Boston Brawlers beat Chicago a second game in a row. Oops, sorry there, dog. 5-4 was the final there. Chicago made a go of it in the bottom of the 9th, scoring 3 runs, but was not enough. They were trailing 5. Wow. They were losing 5-0 until the 8th. Boston looking pretty dominant over a dominant team, and this is what I was saying at the beginning of the sim, if you recall. Those of you that heard this already. Boston had a plus run differential. They looked pretty likely to break out and move up in the standings, and beating Chicago proves that in a big way. We could see them making a run for first place this season. Miami Storm 9-5 over Washington. Paul Sporer's team drops a second one, and the Storm looking dominant now, trying to chase down Washington. 19-13 is their record. The Seattle Salts down the Oilers 7-5. That's a second loss in a row for the Oilers, who I think the injuries are finally catching up with them, and they have suffered the worst of the league. I think 11 or 12 players currently on the IL, and something like $4 million worth of salary already gone, and a whole whack of injury days. Atlanta Fire Ants drop one to the Denver Grizzlies. Grizzlies evening up that series 8-6. Chris Pratt going yard for Denver. Morimoto with his first of the year. Speeders 11-3 over the Calgary Inferno. Henry going yard twice. Avery once. And Calgary falls to 9-23. Still don't have a 10th win. Still the only team with single-digit wins. California Titles are 9-4 winners over Kansas City. It's 2 in a row for the visiting Titles. And Brezenio took player of the game honors this time. Posado going yard for Cali. Chavez for KC. So there's a couple teams, including KC, trying to avoid a sweep now. Grand Rapids Hops also trying to avoid getting swept by Toronto. That would be the first series sweep, I think, that Toronto would have had this year if we're able to win Game 3 here. All righty, let's see what happens. Waiting on the sim to play out. And what do we got here? Dragons 10-8 over Minneapolis. Nomads sweep the Hops, a 3-0 shutout, 5-hitter. Palangan and Mono going yard for Toronto. Dragons, I think that's a rubber match win, so they win the series 2-1. Metros sweep the Oxen 19-5. What a huge win. 9 runs in the 9th inning. Oh my God. Montreal Metros are now looking deadly. Could they be competing with Boston for top pick in the East? Anything's possible. New York was going to make a run at it this year, but wow. all four teams in the East were at 500 or less, but that might change. Well, it has changed. Metros are at 18-5 after this sweep on the Oxen, so they are above 500, and the Dragons are above 500 with this win by one game. Brawlers catching up. They're only one game below 500 now. It's because they lost. So the Pitbulls edging them out 10-9. Morgan Marley with his first win of the year. Boston Brawlers fall to 16-17, but they had just won 2 in a row, so they came close to pulling even and evening up to 500. Houston Oilers avoid a sweep. The Salts fall 11-8, and the Washington Freedom avoid a sweep there. Miami Storm lose that one. 10-6 was the final. Denver Grizzlies take the rubber match, blanking Atlanta 7-0 on a 3-hitter. Joe Burt getting his first win. Oh, puppies crying. Calgary Inferno avoid a sweep in Nevada 7-6, and Kansas City avoids a sweep 7-4. So just a couple sweeps. One was Toronto's. Wow, Chris Church with his 5th win of the year. He's looking like a pretty dominant pitcher for the Blizzard. So there, it's not all bad news there, Twins. You got Chris Church still, and is he smoking 152 ERA. All right, move the sim to Monday, the 12th, and oh my God, Dave Underhill, no time left on the DFA. We'll see if we can demote him. He's good. All right, that should be it. Oh, that's right. We haven't exported Calgary's in a couple days. Eric Laundry, take out the laundry. There he is, down to AAA. Any more? There's more. The Dragons have Ryu Sato, relief pitcher. And he is out of option years, has to clear waivers, so he was not waived. He was on the DFA list, but not waived. Picked up in a trade April 1st, so I gotta can him. Rutrow. I don't know what he's doing there on the DFA when he wasn't waived, but I can't do anything about that. So that's an expensive mistake. All right, can we finish now? Anyone else on their DFA list? Yeah, got to watch those DFAs. The only way they end up on a DFA list without being waived, other than you DFAing them without waiving them, is if you traded for them. But that trade was April 1st, so it wouldn't have been from then. Harmon Killebrew hit a 520-foot home run for the Twins. I did not know that. And now that I think of it, I did remember. Now I know that Harmon Killebrew played for the Twins. But that's long before my time. I remember the Kirby Puckett Twins. That's my era. All right, Mark Suzuki cleared waivers. He's got 6 days. Okay, well I'll let you deal with that, Dustin. Back to the standings. Here we go. As of Monday, May 12th, Montreal Metros are above 500 and on top of the Lake League East. 18-15 is their record. Oh, why is it all blurry? And the only other team above 500 in the Lake League East is the New York Dragons, 17-6. Metros in a 4-game winning streak. Nomads won 3, and they're now tied with Boston, but it's not all bad news for Boston. They won 2 of the 3 and almost pulled even. So things are, changing rapidly in the East, where every team was 500 or less, and now they're all within stone's throw of getting above 500. Chicago Pitbulls took some blows this sim. They lost 2 of 3. Chicago Pitbulls 23-10, 7 games ahead of the Ravens, who now drop below 500 after their 3-game series. And the Hops, losing 3 straight to Toronto, fall to 14-19. Ohio Oxen now on a 7-game slide. Whew, that's gotta hurt. They had some promise too, and they've got some pretty decent offense. Washington Freedom on top of the East, 21-12. KC caught up to them pretty handily, though, 20-13. They're one game behind. And the Storm above 500 at 19-14. Nevada Speeders leading the ML West, 20-13 is their record. California Titles one game behind them, 19-14. Seattle Salts a lot further behind, 3 games below 500, 5 games out of first place. So that's the roundup we got for you. Still one batter above 400 in May, and it's Chris Reed of Nevada. He's hitting 425. Next closest is Les Groves over for Montreal in the Lake League, 393. And then Shinji Kinoshita of Washington Freedom batting 390. I did want to check the stolen bases. The current stolen base leader is Kian Matundu of New York, 21 stolen bases. Berzenio is the leader in the Metro League, though. I wasn't sure. I knew he was near the top, but yeah, 18 stolen bases after this sim. Yeah, I think he's been stealing left, right, and center. He's been doing a good job. Currently, the best ERA, Kadeem Bernard, 1.73 earned run average for Boston. Brandon Cassidy's been pitching well for Chicago. He might be their best pitcher. Might be the best pitcher they've had in a long time, actually. 6 wins, 242 earned run average, and 55 strikeouts. Who is it over in the Metro League? Looks like Chris Church. Oh, yeah, easily Chris Church, 152 earned run average for KC, 5 wins, tied with Neil Moran for the lead. So yeah, it's looking pretty good there for Chris Church, and I think he's in a rookie year too, isn't he? Yeah, he had 10 games last year. I think he still qualifies as a rookie. I could be wrong. Major service 90 days. Yeah, I think he qualifies. All right, because he hasn't completed a full season. News? Any news you can use? Let's see. Team power rankings. The Georges Henry was Player of the Week, which reminds me, I got to update a lot of wiki stuff there, including the Players of the Week. He went 500 at the plate for Nevada with 4 homers and 20 RBIs. Oh my God, 20 RBIs in a week is a lot of RBIs. Wow. He's only got 37 on the year, so half of them in 1 week. That's impressive. Yeah, so he does qualify that. That's what I thought. Player of the Week in the Lake League was Sirio Damaras. He had a pretty good week too. 12 RBIs, 1 home run, 18 for 30 at the plate. Les Groves has now reached 20 games in a row for his hit streak. And let's see what else. Oh, McPherson had 3 home runs against Seattle for the Houston Oilers. Earl Blur McPherson. He was an off-season free agent signing. And I don't think he was a compensation free agent. I think his compensation, he was given a qualifying offer before. So I think that that worked out for Brandon signing him. Yeah, he rejected a qualifying offer in 2023. So the Metro signed him to a deal. And then he was waived. Wow. So he's waived with that huge contract, but picked up by Houston. And now I'm punishing the Metro League. Seems to be doing well in the Metro League. Groves belted his 200th home run in this sim, I believe. And that's all the news we got for you to use. So it's Monday, May 12th. The next scheduled event in the game is All-Star voting starting on May 18th. We might start it early because we do it in Stats Lab anyway. The All-Star game is early this year because of the weird schedule that was available to the team, or to the league. When we generated the 8-team league and 10-team league schedule, it gave everybody a 3-game series, and for some reason put the All-Star game in June, which is weird. So we might start the All-Star voting early and see how that goes. First year player draft is coming up soon too. May 8th, probably when I get back from my camping trip, maybe. So we'll have a sim Thursday. Next sim will be Thursday. And then the weekend, and then next week I'll look at maybe starting the draft in Stats Plus. I haven't thought of a scheduled date to start it yet, but 30 rounds, get scouting. Pretty good talent pool too. If you look at the draft pool. Not a whole bunch of 5-star potential guys, but some pretty good ones. This is all batters. If you look at all players, there's a whole whack of pitchers. Now, I get it. A lot of them are closers. But if you look at, even just look at pitchers alone, there's a good chunk of 5-star rated pitchers. And a lot of these guys, you know, if you can get them to develop a third pitch, they might end up being starters. Mark Ashford, the top starter. There's a whole whack in the 4-star category that could be good as they develop. So yeah, like get scouting. Everyone's complaining there's no pitchers, there's no starting pitching. Well, there's a huge chunk coming up in this draft. This is the draft to pick up your starting pitching, and I wouldn't be surprised if in the first round it's mostly starters getting picked. There are some dominant hitters coming up. Don't get me wrong, especially if you filtered by let's go batting potential. If you like power players, Cesar Garcia, Jorge Garcia, now they're high school players, so they may not sign. And then some of your better other ones would be Michael Robb, Rikuo Terada. So some decent players. I like going for contact guys personally. The top contact potential is only 65, and there's only 3 of them. And again, Jorge Garcia at the top of the list. So if this guy develops the way he's supposed to, he will be dominant. Commit school Dalhousie. So he's committed to go to Dalhousie. He currently plays in the West Coast High School Mounties. But you never know. You might be able to sign him for an arm and a leg. Low greed, high adaptable, high intelligence. These are the great guys to sign. 4th best prospect in the league according to the Bull News Network. The OSA. Middle of the order force. Yeah, so Jorge Garcia could be your guy if you can lure him away from Dalhousie, where he's committed to continue. And hey, if you draft him out of Dalhousie, he'll probably be even better if you don't get him this time around. All right, that's all I got for you tonight. It's been fun. We'll be back Thursday night this week, August 5th. With some more baseball, more OOTP Bull League baseball. And I don't think I'm going to do a raid tonight. I think I'm just going to shut her down, get the league file up so I can get prepped and packed for camping tomorrow and get my son to bed so he can wake up. Thanks, guys. It's always fun. Can't wait for Thursday. Got more baseball. I love this time of the year because you're still trying to figure out who's who in the zoo, and the changes in the lineups could happen, whatever the standings could happen at any time, and it's fun stuff. And then the second half baseball, you pretty much know who's going to be where. It's all just a matter of solidifying, then looking for records being broken and crap like that. So all good stuff. All right. Putting the league file up. Thanks again, guys. And we'll see you on Thursday. Good night.